All right. So we are live both on TikTok and on YouTube. Now, I just really wanted to talk about these allegations that have been made against streamer Tylil, because I think that these allegations were really egregious that were made against him. And when Jordan Pauline made these allegations against streamer Tylil, I think a lot of people were like, hey, like this young man, like, why isn't he like defending himself? Like, what is going on? So I woke up this morning to Tylil defending himself. Nonetheless, I do just want to start out with what the specific allegations were. So let's jump into it. So this is what Jordan Pauline had to say.
Party. And not only that, it's by somebody that you guys love. And I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, guys. People think they can do anything.
So she said she's tired.
I'm
She's
literally
crying.
like so disappointed in people because I think people are good people, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And they're evil. They're fucking evil, bro. And I'm done streaming. I'm done doing it, bro.
Calls people
This is
evil.
gonna be my
She's
last stream.
done streaming.
Because people are fucking evil. And it's always gonna be sides being chosen on. And I'm tired. I'm literally
And
tired,
there's always
guys.
going
I
to
don't
be
deserve
sides
being treated
chosen.
like.
Let me pause it real quick, right? So I do see the crying and the weeping and things of that nature. And if you do want to see the actual video, you can pop over to YouTube to chat with KST, and you'll be able to see what we're looking at. But nonetheless, she's crying, right? She's very emotional. She's calling people evil. She's saying she's done streaming, and she knows that speaking on this situation will allow for her to, like, for others within their friend group to want to pick sides. So my question is, even knowing that, right, that you've been sexually assaulted, why not take it off the internet and go a different route, right? Because you do see that there are all these different things against you. So that was my initial thought, but let's listen to her.
I'm nothing. And I'm really like trying my best. I was sexually assaulted at a party, a streamer award party. And not only that, it's by somebody that you guys love. And I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, guys. Careers and shit, and like, but what about me? Like, what about my feelings? I love these people so much. And as a woman, you always get exiled, and it doesn't matter how I dress. You guys know I'm asexual. I keep my body to myself for a reason. I am a temple. I do not share myself with people, especially if I don't know them. And it's really unfair to me because I feel like I make sure that everyone is in a good position and they feel good, and like, everything was innocent. And I don't care how drunk somebody is, you should never take advantage of them. My phone was stolen and broken. I had no way to get home, and I was assaulted, you guys, by someone that you guys all love. And I'm so tired of this streaming shit, and I'm done, bro. He taped my careers and shit. He stopped anyways because I started boohoo crying, you guys. I was crying, and he taped me as I'm crying like this. He was like, "Why are you crying?" Da, 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 da. And I'm like, because like I didn't want to And he's like, "Oh well, I'm gonna talk to you again." I'm like, I don't care if you talk to me again. It doesn't matter if you talk to me again. It's the simple fact of like me not wanting to even go down that route because you have a girlfriend. this isn't the first time I've been assaulted, but this is the first time I've been assaulted by someone popular and famous, I guess. And they think I'm not going to say anything because of who they are and who they know and what they do. But like I said, this is somebody you guys support. I hate men. I'm technically going to be
All right. And
no
this is where
caller
she shows
IDs.
that the person that she's talking about is Tylil with the caller ID. She doesn't necessarily calls his name, but she clearly shows the consistent calls between her and Tylil. So I have to be completely frank with you guys, right? When these allegations were made against Tylil, I was of the opinion that, you know, we need more context, right? Because you did say, you know, you were taken advantage when you were drunk, and then we were saying a lot of things in that one, you know, live that you had said. So I'm like, we need a little bit more context. And of course, when these allegations first came out by Jourdin, Tylil wasn't really that interested in addressing it. Or, you know what, let me not say he wasn't interested in addressing it. He didn't want to address it at that time without, you know, speaking to his attorneys and things of that nature. So now that he has addressed it, let's listen to what Tylil actually has to say.
Jourdin requested 12,000, and then in the note it says for playing with me, and not trying to blackmail her. She's trying to extort me, gang. She's blackmailing me. She's lying on me, bro. That shit is fucked up. She's fucking lying on me, trying to destroy my image, bro. I got a fucking niece. I got a mother. I got a fucking sister. She ain't fucking trying to blackmail me. I got a fucking niece. She got to blackmail me. I got a fucking niece. I fucking work hard every day for the shit I got, nigga. Fuck you talking about. And I never let nobody take that shit from me. Fuck out of here.
So I do think that I can definitely, you know, empathize with both parties, you know, with her crying because she has been she's alleging that she has been sexually assaulted, but I can also empathize with Tylil feeling like, I've built this empire. How dare you come in and make these idiotic claims that you know will destroy the empire that I've built. But nonetheless, let's listen to what he has
to get in the Uber. She was not Lord. That was Jourdin's own choice to come to my hotel in the Uber. She was not Lord or forced. These is real facts. We got to the hotel. I offered Jourdin a ride home. Jourdin asked if she can use the bathroom upstairs, and I said, okay. Everything after that was consent. Everything that happened after that was consent between two adults. She was not coerced. She was not forced or pressured. It was a mutual agreement between two adults. Jourdin seen everything went left, chat. I hope y'all follow to get in the Uber. She was not. So I started recording to protect myself. Now let's.
All right, so the part that is cut out here, because I actually went to that live stream, so we're just looking at clips, and I do want to make sure that we have all the context as it relates to the clips that we're looking at. So the part that got cut out was where Tylil says everything was good up until the point when his actual girlfriend called. And when Jourdin was able to see that Tylil's actual girlfriend call him after they've done their rendezvous or whatever went on there, where he's saying it's between two consenting adults, that's when everything shifted in the situation. That's when she wasn't really, you know, that's when everything kind of shifted in her mood. And he's like, you know what? In the back of my mind, let me record this because she's kind of like, you know, she's kind of acting weird. So that's when he decided to record.
Play the first piece of evidence, and every piece of evidence I'm going to show y'all has got approved by my legal team. That's another reason why I didn't rush to come on live, because it's a legal matter and sexual assault is not a joke, and that shit should be justified in the courts and not on social media. So let me show y'all the first piece of evidence. Take it off emote only. Chat, listen. Here's the first piece.
I've never had a one-night stand in my life.
What is a one-night stand?
Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, you don't talk to them.
So that's what we just had.
Did we just have one night stand?
No. As long as we cool about it, that's not a one-night stand.
Mm-hmm.
I said, as long as we speak about it, it's not a one-night stand.
So I started recording to protect my.
So that's where I feel like there is this magic bullet in this Tylil situation. Because when Jourdin Pauline came out with these allegations, she said Tylil essayed her. In this video clip, post Tylil girlfriend calling them, she said, okay, I don't understand what that comment meant. But post Tylil girlfriend calling, he sees her starting to weird out and he starts to record. And instead of describing what she's been through as an essayed victim, she says, hey, look, did we just have a one-night stand? So that's where, like, I feel like, girl, like, if you've just been essayed, why would you refer to it as a one-night stand? Which is why I'm leaning a little bit more towards Tylil.
Now let's play the first piece.
That's why I'm leaning a little bit more towards Tylil explanation here, just because she did use that word one-night stand in the recording. But let me just listen to it again and have you guys listen to it again, because I want to make sure that, you know, like, that we aren't blaming victims, but we aren't also wrongfully convicting a man for something that, you know, was just done to him, you know, wrongfully. So let's listen to it again.
Evidence, and every piece of evidence I'm going to show y'all has got approved by my legal team. That's another reason why I didn't rush to come on live, because it's a legal matter and sexual assault is not a joke, and that shit should be justified in the courts and not on social media. So let me show y'all the first piece of evidence. Take it off emote only. Chat, listen. Here's the first piece.
I've never had a one-night stand in my life.
Let's listen,
What
guys.
is a one-night stand?
Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, you don't talk to them.
So that's what we just had.
Did we just have one night stand?
No. As long as we cool about it, it's not a one-night stand.
Mm-hmm.
I said, as long as we speak about it, it's not a one-night stand.
So I started recording to protect.
All right, so this was the first piece of evidence that Tylil finally spoke on, and in the video, you can hear Jourdin Pauline describing her encounter with Tylil as a one-night stand. She's saying, "Look, I've never had a one-night stand." So far, I'm definitely
And this could have been swept under the rug. Don't be mad your girl found out the type of man that you are. She should have known. That's nobody's fault but yours. I always walk in love, and I wish you and her the best. No bullshit. God bless you too. Jourdin is a sexual assault victim, but said this all sexual assault could have been all swept under the rug. You're a victim, but you said it. It could have been swept under the rug, and you're a victim. Okay, cool. Moving forward. Next one. Next one.
Okay, so I do also want to point out, like, if you feel like you were sexually assaulted, like, I would love for her to answer this question, but I think she has a cease and desist on her as it relates to this case. But if you really do feel like you were sexually assaulted, why do you feel like it could have been swept under the rug? Wouldn't you be fighting for your rights? Wouldn't you be fighting for justice? I don't know. Just asking questions.
Receipts, evidence. So facts. If you had chosen integrity from the start, the situation would have never escalated. The reaction you're facing now is a consequence of your choices, not mine. Your girlfriend seeing your action isn't my fault. I've never lied to get anything in life. If I wanted drama, I would have ignored your call and gone straight to social media.
And also, there is this in both lengthy messages, because, you know, as girls, we love to send a whole essay. In these two essays, there were more, and again, I'm just looking at trying to be objective about this, but there was more emphasis on how his girlfriend found out, or how she feels, or, you know, his girlfriend finding out that he's a cheater, rather than her trying to say, hey, like, you sexually assaulted me, like if I was sexually assaulted, and again, I can't go through her lens, but the emphasis would have been on the actual sexual assault here. I wouldn't be focused so much so on your girlfriend finding out that you're a bad person. No, like, I've been sexually assaulted. So these are the messages that Jourdin Pauline did claim she did delete, but Tylil said he still has them. And it's just the undertone of it, right? But let's listen.
But that's not who I am. Jourdin, you went straight to social media with lies. I believe in God, accountability, and moving with neatly. And this could have been swept under the rug. Don't be mad your girl found out the type of man that you are. She should have known. That's nobody's fault but yours. I always walk in love, and I wish you and her the best. No bullshit. God bless you too. Jourdin is a sexual assault victim, but said this all sexual assault could have been all swept under the rug. This smiley face, right? Boom. Then she sends the Zelle request at 12:19 p.m. After she sends the Zelle request.
So I have to be completely honest. This Zelle request by Jourdin Pauline for $2,000, definitely, to me, again, this is my opinion, they've made it public information. So I'm just giving my public opinion on it. I don't think that if someone sexually assaulted me, I would be sending you a Zelle request for $2,000. I would be heading to the police station and to the hospital to have these investigations done, to have these kits done, and to do what needs to be done, especially if I knew I was going to be pursuing this, whether civilly or legally. So again, the $2,000 Zelle request definitely does come to me as a surprise. But let's hear what Tylil has to say.
She realized I was not paying it. Once Jourdin realized I was not paying it, Jourdin sent me this. You see this meme right here? Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. Let me make it bigger for y'all since y'all can't read. Boom. Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. What? This smiley face, right?
Okay. So those were just like bits and pieces from Tylil Live. Now, based on what you guys have heard from Jourdin Pauline and Tylil, like, what are we thinking publicly as it relates to the situation? Now, I feel like as it relates to Jourdin, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, like, especially as being a person who have been through such traumatic experiences, I feel like as victims, we sometimes question other victims because we don't find their actions to align with what they're saying, right? Because again, if you were essayed, and another allegation that was made by Tyler here is another allegation that was made by Tylil here was that basically after everything had happened and she was ready to go home, he ordered her a Toyota. He ordered her, like, not even Toyota. You call it Uber, you'd be like, okay, well, Uber, come here. A Toyota came. Tylil said no. She came back, banged on the door, and said, you better order me a black truck because you think I'm some kind of like Toyota girl. And I'm just like, girl, if this man really did what you are accusing him of, you could have gave me a horse and a pony. I would have been out of there. Put me on a bus, give me a Metro card. I'm gone. Like, and that's what I mean when we do say that, you know, you do want to bring these things to social media, but, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Like, I hope I'm not like considered like victim blaming here. I just don't find that these post actions from what you consider to be sexual assault to be what you say it is. Now, if I'm being completely honest, this is just a court of public opinion. We do need for them to take it to court because he said that he is suing her for defamation and has ordered her to cease and desist. Now, I don't feel like someone who was guilty of that would have taken her to court, because when you're suing someone for defamation and they have all the evidence that you essayed them, then that would have been revealed in court to prove that you haven't defamed them, but you spoke in truth. So again, I really don't know. I just hope that this situation gets settled, and whoever is wrong in this situation, I hope that they are dealt with, because sexually assaulting someone is very, very demoralizing. And if this is a situation where she was sexually assaulted, then absolutely. But if this is not a situation where she was actually sexually assaulted, I really do want to see how the courts handle this, because it's not good to claim these things and essentially go back and say, oh well, like, oh, I'm sorry, I like, like you're tearing somebody's reputation down. Like he said, he does have a mom, he does have a niece, he does have sisters, and you've watched him, you've watched like the whole team, and he did ask for us not to bring up Kai Cenat as we're talking about them, but you've literally watched Kai, you've literally watched Rakai, or Zoe Spence, like you've literally watched these young people climb from whatever, like, like from their from where they are at. I know Zoe is born in Brooklyn, like they climb from these, I don't want to say that they're low level, like the I don't want to say trenches because I don't know what their life is like, but they climb out of these situations to be very popular people who've gained traction, success, and money. So they've taken themselves from a particular level where they started at to really reach the mountaintop and carve out a space in the industry just for them. They aren't copying what other people did. They're being innovative in this space. So to see someone just willfully want to destroy that because they were hurt or they feel screwed over or whatever, I just feel like that's not the way to go. If this is the case where she was screwed over, I would have rather you came on live and said, hey, Tylil and me had a one night stand and I feel used. Be honest at least about what the encounter was. But nonetheless, I just really wanted to speak on this whole Pauline and Tylil situation, because he has been quiet for a while, and it was much pleasure to hear from him actually defend himself. But we'll see how this thing unfolds. Good luck to both of them, and good luck to truth and justice being had in this situation. Later, YouTube. All right, so I'm ending my stream on YouTube.